Uh, Meow?
But he said the irises have to get bigger. They actually have to be bigger. I said, wow, and that's the thing with Jim. Always just follow Jim.
What's up, guys? Doc Ito here. The doctor is in. Today, we are talking about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. After negative fan reactions, they are going to give Sonic a makeover. And in this article, they actually talk about how Alita's eyes were changed after some negative reactions to the first trailer. And we'll look at those changes from a Robert Rodriguez interview. I'll admit, when I first saw this trailer, I was horrified. I know some people are okay with this, but this was just, what is this? Is he a person? Is he a hedgehog? Like, how did they ever think this was a good idea? So I don't know. I mean, let me know in the comments if you guys thought it was okay, but for me, I was just not having it. And if you look at the trailer on YouTube, it has a really bad like to dislike ratio, 300,000 likes, 500,000 dislikes. So I think the general population is not having it. And if you look at the comments, they're actually pretty funny. So if you want to laugh, head on down and take a look. Some other good replies. Yep, I think Progressive did much better than this movie. Sega, Sonic 2006 is the worst disappointment in the history of the franchise. Paramount, hold my chili dog. Anyways, Jeff Fowler, who's the director, took to Twitter, and it looks like they're making changes. Thank you for the support and criticism. The message is loud and clear. You are not happy with the design. You want changes. It's going to happen. Everyone at Paramount are fully committed to making the character the best he can be. So here's a video, Internet Fixes Sonic Movie by Yang Ye. And I mean, honestly, this looks a lot better. So if they could do something like this I think would look a lot better. And part of the problem with changing a movie this late is you don't have a lot of time to make huge changes. So I could see them fixing his face. This is something that they could do fairly easily. I mean, they would have to potentially reprogram every frame, but it's not going to change the dimensions and the proportions of the character. I think that's probably, if they could change that, that would be best, because I think his legs and arms are just strangely proportioned. I just don't think it works. But if they could make some changes like this could potentially save the movie. Now, moving over to Alita, in this article, they talk about how the first Alita trailer came out a lot earlier than the Sonic trailer. They had still more than a year until the movie was going to come out, and they had time to make changes. And I'm sure you guys know this, but the eyes were made bigger. And what it means by the eyes, and I'll show you this video, is the irises here, this dark area, was made bigger after the first trailer so that the white of the eyes are less afterward, and that actually gives it a more natural look. So let's take a look at that.
Then I got a call from Jim. He did want to work on the eyes more. He goes, yeah, there's something about them that's not quite right. You actually have to make them bigger. I went, bigger? Really? And he said, yeah, I went through this on Avatar. So if you compare the two trailers, you'll see, and people have made notes saying, hey, look, they made the eyes smaller. No, we actually made them bigger. The eyes are actually the exact same size, but he said the irises have to get bigger. They actually have to be bigger to be more in proportion. So if you look at the comparison between the two trailer images, you'll see that her iris was actually smaller originally, and now it's much bigger. He said, you should increase the size by, I'd say 30%. I was like, really? And he said, or, you can get away with 15 to 20%, but I would go 30. And I said, wow, and that's the thing with Jim. Always just follow Jim. Look at his track record. He can see around a corner when no one else can. And whenever I've just followed him, you end up in the promised land. So we went, and sure enough, it does look more real that way, even though it's far from being a human eye. But that's the genius of Jim.
I definitely think this works better. I think this did help make Alita a much more believable and relatable character. If you look, they actually also got rid of this eyeliner or eyeshadow underneath, which I think also is a much better look for her. And they actually also changed her chin and everything a little bit too. But overall, amazing, fantastic work with Alita. My takeaway and the lessons that the Sonic team can learn, and any movie maker can learn from James Cameron, is that he had a vision for Alita. He loved the source material and he understood the source material. He made a character that fit the initial material with large anime eyes, and he did not back down from criticism. although at the same time he was open to making changes when the CGI came out and didn't fit exactly the image he had for the anime, and when there were some negative reactions. But we know he very colorfully said, not in these words, but we are not going to listen to the haters. So the changes he made did not change the eyes back to normal. He kept the large eyes, and the movie is so much better for it, with Rosa Salazar's performance coming through and showing such amazing relatability and emotions through them. The other lesson is, with CGI, characters can be changed and can be tweaked, and that means that Sonic could potentially be made better. I know we just talked about John Campea thinking an Alita sequel is coming. He had a video on this talking about how he thinks studios should never listen to fans, essentially, that they should not go back and change the movie and alter a director's vision. And you can see he's getting a lot more dislikes than likes because people do think our opinion should matter. Studios should listen to the fans. I mean, yeah, we are just random people on the internet, as we've been called, but ultimately we're the ones that love these movies, and just because other critics can speak and that's their job doesn't mean that we don't have an opinion that also counts. And I don't think the design fit the original way that Sonic was supposed to be made. I mean, if you look at the actual proportions, Sonic's head is always about the same size or bigger than his body. Here's a little toy, his head is much bigger than his torso, and it looks normal. It's not freaking us out. Here's Sonic, the head is bigger than the body, the eyes are pretty big. So I think that would have served a much better look for the movie studios compared to what they did. Because if you look at this, his head is kind of like a normal human head, and his torso is maybe 2 or 3 times bigger than his actual head, and that's part of the reason why he looks weird. And then these eyes are too small. They should be a lot bigger for this cartoon look. I mean, he has the proportions of a human, and that's just freaky. We will see if they can save Sonic. My concerns with this first trailer wasn't just the look of Sonic. I actually thought the trailer was very weak, but we probably do want Sonic to do relatively well. I think Sonic and something like Detective Pikachu, if they do well, it tells studios that making movies based on video games, anime, things of that nature are going to be viable. And the more we can do that, I think the higher the odds of an Alita sequel happening are. Of course, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Remember to vote for Alita on IMDb. Vote for at least 20-30 movies. Don't vote everything a 1 or a 10, because if you do, your vote isn't going to count, as this is a weighted average. We're still maintaining at 7.6. Y'all have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. More free repairs incoming. God bless. We do not stand by in the presence of evil. And Doc, out.